So the man himself is already here in studio with us. And of course, you all know when Kirk Whalum steps onto a stage, it's more than just a performance because it's a sermon of sound. It's a journey of soul and, of course, a celebration of legacy. And tomorrow night, South African audiences will experience this spiritual pilgrimage live as the Grammy Award-winning saxophonist is set to perform at the Theatre of Marcellus, that's at Empress Palace, and then again on Sunday at the Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens in Roodepoort. But for 4 decades, Kirk Whalum, of course, has helped to define cool. Now, whether it's blazing trails on contemporary jazz or infusing his hits with the likes of Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston, and a list of people who need no introduction, he has done it all. And with more than 25 albums under his name and spanning nearly 4 decades in the industry, he's back in South Africa. Good morning and welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so honored to be here. I mean, I know you have so many fans, so I'm hoping that I can maybe glean a few of your fans for our show tomorrow.
Trust, you don't need ours because yours will be out in full force. Great to have you back. Welcome.
Thank you. I love South Africa. I mean, I think you may know that already, but I just love this place. The first time I came was in '94, one South Africa, with Whitney Houston, my old boss, and I've come many times since, and so now my cabinet is filled with 5 Roses and Rooibos, and you can't take biltong, but I'm officially South African. Okay, non-officially.
Well, you literally are, because you know people get so excited when they hear your name and they hear that you are due back in the country. And you know, talking about the first time you were here in '94, that of course was such a critical time, but also a magical time for South Africa. And coming here with Whitney Houston, what stands out for you from that tour when you came here?
Right, so we played Durban, Cape Town, and Joburg, but I remember the very first show, you know, that when they said, ladies and gentlemen, and that before you could hear anything else, there was this, you know, the sound of 75,000 plus people of all colors, you know, together celebrating the end of this era and then the beginning of the new, and there's Whitney Houston, and of course Madiba, that was his favorite singer, so he was there and he was excited. But that sound just really affected me. I had never experienced that, to be there in person, to that much noise. I could be shouting and I couldn't hear myself because of the just all the applause.
And you know, that's who we are as South Africa. And you've been back, and what brings you back every time?
Well, I mean, the fact is, I mean, this is an actual fact, that I have more fans here in South Africa than any other country. And so for me to come back here is a joy, and it is so lovely because it's a big part of my story, where once I had a record, for instance, that I did. I wanted to do a country soul record, country jazz soul record, and that record didn't do well in the States. So it was over. I said, okay, that's that. And then I came here to Pretoria, and someone said, are you going to do something from this country soul record? I said, of course not. It got me kicked off the label. He said, oh no, it's huge here. And that's when I realized the paradigm shift, that no, this is such a big world here. And the musical taste, the musical palette in South Africa is so broad. You can just do whatever you want. My friend Jonathan Butler and I love just throwing stuff out there. Let's just do whatever you think, and South Africa will embrace you. That's just, who could want more except for prawns? I mean, that's the only other thing you would want, you know?
So, and that's so true, because you hear many artists, you know, say that same thing. They come to South Africa and they say, you know, there's perhaps a song that they've forgotten about.
Yes.
And they come to South Africa and the audience asks them to perform or sing that. And it's a wonderful thing, because you see, South Africans are very loyal, Kirk.
Yes.
And when we love someone, we really go all the way to show that love.
It's funny, because the other side of that is that then, so you come out with something new, right? So I have a project called Epic Cool, and I'm so excited about it, right? But they're like, okay, that's fine, but play something very, very old. And I'm like, how about we do both? I'll play something really old, but I'm going to play something for you that hopefully you're going to love as much as the old. And so Epic Cool it's important because it's about people being over 60 and still having something important to say and to do, and having energy and having something that's not only relevant but exciting, Epic Cool. So that's the message. It's not just me. There's so many artists, poets, artists, who want to share they don't want to say, okay, well, let's go somewhere and sit down. Like, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Why do you think I work out? Why do you think I practice? So Epic Cool is for them.
And then this was released last year.
Yes, it just came out. So we're very excited about it.
So the audience can look forward to a few from this new album as well, and just ease them into it. Trust they'll go where you take them.
Yeah, we're gonna go bing bong back from old to the new, and of course the gospel according to jazz. We'll do some material, and my brother Jonathan Butler, wrote and sang "Falling in Love with Jesus" on my Gospel According to Jazz project, and that changed my life. And so of course we'll do some of that. My very good friend and musical director John Stoddard, who is also very, very popular in South Africa, is here. He will be singing and playing. So.
Oh, that's fabulous, because we had Jonathan here in studio not so long ago. So really, really excited about that. Yes. And then, of course, you're performing at the Theatre of Marcellus tomorrow night.
Yes.
And then you in the Botanical Gardens on Sunday. So how do you prepare for those two? Because the one is indoors and the one is outdoors. Is there a difference in how you approach them?
Not for me. I mean, just wind me up and sit me on stage. It doesn't matter. If I see people, that's the thing that's common in both of those venues, is that there will be people who I can say, I'm so glad you're here. I'm so grateful that you supported my music. Can I come to your house for prawns? I mean, no, yes, all of but the last part.
And then, of course, looking at South Africa and how things have evolved here over the years, the jazz scene in particular. What's your take on that?
Oh, man, I'm just so excited. Not just in jazz, but in general. Of course, Africa in general is leading the world right now in music. And the South African artists who are just popping up all over the world. But it's lovely for me to reconnect with people like Jonathan Rubin, and Will Zahara was also a dear, dear friend. I recorded the collaborations with Mikasa and Zahara and a lot of South African artists. So that's, for me, it's just kind of like coming home. I know everybody says that, but it kind of is for me, like coming home.
Yeah, and I saw you've got Amanda Black as well on Sunday. So
I haven't heard her yet, so I'm looking forward to hearing her.
You need to hear Amanda Black. She's exciting.
You always have some surprises here in South Africa. It's always something new and fresh.
We're happy to have you back. And, again, for those who may not know it yet, I don't know where you've been, but he's in the country. Kirk Whalum is here. And, of course, performing tomorrow night at Empress Palace, the Theatre of Marcellus, and on Sunday at the Walter Sisulu Botanical Gardens out in the west of Johannesburg. So, it's been a pleasure. Always is.
What a joy.
Having you.
I'm so happy to have been invited. Any time of day. This is a little early, but I know not for you. So I'm happy to come. Can we try it again later, maybe later in the day?
Depends on whether you're going to come and play for us.
I will play if we do it later.
Oh, yeah, that's fair enough.
Okay.
That is very fair enough.
That's the deal.
It's such a pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm coming in just to sort of say hello and goodbye to the viewers, because I believe we're playing out with one of your songs.
I love your orange.
Listen, I made sure that you wouldn't miss me today.
On my CD cover, I actually have on an orange suit.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Look at that. You see?
Is it signifying anything?
Not really. I love color.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have there's 3 pictures of me, one in the red, one in the yellow, and one in orange. So.
Okay, well, I think it's just showing that we're epic cool.
Epic.
Yeah.
That's what
That's
we are.
it. And
That's
that cap.
Exactly.
Epic
we are
cool. We
epic
need those.
cool.
You're right.
So we got a video, right? Grammy Award-winning saxophonist Kirk Whalum playing us out. His latest single is what we've got. Epic Cool.
Epic cool.
So, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everyone.